Well, I wish I had some better news for you, but I don't. Stanford cut their wrestling program. I'm going to tell you where this decision came from and why I think it is absolutely horrible in this video. So the university decided to announce this to their student athletes over a Zoom call because they couldn't meet in person, which, look, that's better than doing it just over an email, which some universities have elected to do in the past. Very unfortunate. And it's just very, very sad to see. And this is what the university said in an open letter. In consultation with the Board of Trustees, we've made the decision to reduce the breadth of our athletic programs and staffing. Stanford will discontinue 11 of our varsity sports programs at the conclusion of the 2020-2021 academic year. Regretfully, 20 of our support staff positions are being eliminated as part of this realignment. So you see that no, it's not only wrestling, but there are other programs being cut. Does that make it any better? No, it's very, very unfortunate. And we go into these other programs that are being cut. It's wrestling, it's fencing, hockey, rowing, swimming, volleyball, among even other sports. Just seeing all these programs get cut is completely devastating. Now, unfortunately, I didn't even get a chance to make a video about Old Dominion, which was the other wrestling program cut this postseason. I didn't get a chance to make that video because I was taking a little break at that point, but this is just absolutely horrible for the sport. So let's look at their reasoning, the university's reasoning as why these programs were cut. The biggest reason overall is that it was financial. It was a big financial burden on the university to have these 11 sports. They can't financially support these 36 teams, which they said are the most in all D1 colleges, that they have the most sports. Not anymore. But the other thing that kind of goes into this is the national participation in the sport. Which is lower level in wrestling compared to like a football or baseball. The fan interest in the sport. So, which fans are we talking about? Are we talking fans across the country? Are we talking wrestling fans compared to football fans, compared to other fans? History of the sport at Stanford, prospects of future success, which I will get to that in just 1 minute. I mean, that's just absolutely ridiculous, talking about prospects of future success in the history that wrestling has had at Stanford just within the past 5 seasons. Then you look at the Title IX impact, and I don't even want to get started on that. That's just absolutely, it's just horrible. So you want to talk about the future in how Stanford has done as a wrestling program these past 5 years. Let's just look at these past 5 seasons. They've had a winning record every single year the past 5 seasons. This past year, 11-4. Year before that, 9-4. 7-5 in 2018, which was their least winning record. They were 10-3 in 2017 and 11-4 in 2016. So as a team overall, pretty darn solid. Then you want to talk about what their other accolades are. Well, this season they sent 5 wrestlers to the national tournament. Unfortunately, that national tournament didn't get to happen because of the impacts of the coronavirus, which is just really now stemming even back to these programs because these universities can't financially support them. They had 2 conference champs. 2019, the Stanford actually won the Pac-12 championships. They were runners-up this past year, so still in contention for that title. Now, yeah, there are less teams in the Pac-12. Doesn't make it any less impactful that they won a conference tournament. I mean, we're looking at some of the, like I said, prospects, or All-Americans, okay? And they've had 4 Americans since 2015. Paul Fox, most recently, 7th place he had in 2017. You had Connor Schramm, All-American. Joey McKenna, even before he transferred to Ohio State, was an All-American. Jim Wilson placed 8th. Top 20 NCAA finish in the past couple of seasons. Then you look at a couple of these guys. Shane Griffith, Amateur Wrestling News Rookie of the Year. Gene Bass, who's going to be a solid wrestler in the next upcoming years. Shane Griffith, Gene Bass, you're looking at Real Woods. I mean, all these guys are just prospects looking at great future in this wrestling program, looking to do great things for this program. You want to talk about prospects of future success and not talk about how great this wrestling program has been doing? Are you serious right now? That's just completely blows my mind. I mean, Stanford set the most most freshman NCAA qualifiers to the national tournament this year out of any D1 team. That shows that there is future success in this program. I mean, between Real Woods, who is competing, he was very competitive on 41. You look at Jaden Bass, who is a real exciting prospect for the future. Shane Griffith at 165, an undefeated season, absolutely unbelievable. Nathan Traxler. I mean, you have 5 ranked wrestlers coming into the preseason. Now, listen, they will, luckily, like, these guys will be able to compete in the 2020-2021 season. I don't know if they will even want to compete for Stanford at this point, how that will affect, their eligibility as a pro or as a wrestler. Is it going to hurt them? I would hope not. This is just very, very unfortunate to see, and please let me know your comments down below. Right now, we're down to 74 D1 teams left. Old Dominion, cut. Stanford, cut. Who's next? It's just so unfortunate to see.